Hey guys, this is Kip Shear. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about what kind of properties I like to buy. I have a very specific set of criteria that I look for, which is called a buy box on the properties that I look to renovate. I'm focused here in Phoenix, so the areas that I look for are Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arcadia. Those are some of the neighborhoods here in Phoenix that I like to focus on. I'm going to talk about my specific buy box here at the end of the video, but just want to go over where I get deals from. There's two primary sources for where I get deals. One is the MLS, the multiple listing service. So this is where most of your homes are sold through realtors on the MLS. I look on the MLS, I have relationships with realtors, so I get a fair number of deals through realtors. And then there's another lead flow for properties, and that is called wholesale deals. So these are deals that are not sold on the MLS. They are brought to you by somebody who has contacted a seller directly, agreed on a contract price with the seller, and then they assign over that contract to someone like me. So I actually am not the first person to make contact with the seller. I'm just buying a contract from somebody else that got the seller under contract. Pros and cons of both. MLS deals, you typically have an inspection period. There's usually an agent involved, so they're a little bit more negotiable. There's an inspection, so you can find defects with the property, and you can decide at that point if you want to stay in or you want to get out, or you could ask them to make some repairs. But typically, someone selling a house on an MLS is going to sell it for a little bit more money because it's like selling anything on the open market. The price is determined by all the buyers in that market and who's looking for that specific property. So it's a little bit more higher price, but there's less risk because you can get an inspection, you know exactly what's involved with that property. Versus a wholesale deal, sold off market, usually there is no refundable earnest money. So earnest money is what you put down when you go under contract on a house. And usually with the wholesale deal, once you're under contract, you can't back out without losing your earnest money. So you pretty much take the house sight unseen. Sometimes you're allowed to go walk the house before you go under contract or after you go under contract. But once you're under contract, usually you cannot back out. So naturally, you're going to get those houses for a little bit cheaper because there's assumed risk involved. There's assumed that there's going to be problems with the house that you're going to have to address. So lower price point for a wholesale deal, more risk. Higher price point for an on-market deal, a little bit less risk. So I buy both. I would prefer to buy more MLS deals, but they usually don't make sense financially because the price point to start out with is too high. So most of the deals that I buy are off-market deals, but I buy MLS deals also if they become available. The specific type of properties that I look for personally, like I mentioned, are in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arcadia, Paradise Valley areas. And I'm looking for a higher price point home. I like to do either luxury cosmetic remodels or additions on homes. So adding square footage to the home and remodeling the existing square footage. So I'm usually looking for homes that are priced anywhere from $600,000 up to $2 million. And then I would either remodel just the interior without adding square footage, or preferably I'd be adding square footage. And so then I'm looking to sell those homes for somewhere in the $1 million to $4 million price point. I focus on that market, the higher end luxury part market right now, specifically because we're in a high interest rate environment. So that luxury market is not as susceptible to the ups and downs of the interest rate market. Those buyers usually have cash on hand. 40 to 50% of those homes are actually bought with cash. So no loan, no appraisal to be done, no issues with interest rates or underwriting or any of that stuff. They usually pay cash, and buyers in that price point have the money to come out of pocket and go above and beyond the asking price if it's a home that they really love. So I like to do those type of homes. I can put in really nice finishes. I can make the home look great, do things that I would love to have in my own home, and feel like I can spend that money and I'm going to earn it back because people in that price point will spend the money on stuff that they really, really like. So if you are a wholesaler, if you are an agent here in the Phoenix market, send me those deals. If you have any homes that you have under contract, maybe it's a wholesale deal. Maybe it's an off-market deal that you have under contract that's a little bit higher priced. Not all flippers go for those higher priced homes. So I'm one of those flippers that will, there's not a price that would scare me away. I'd buy a $4 million home if it made sense. If you have one like that, reach out to me. I obviously cannot give my phone and email address on YouTube, but reach out to me on Instagram. Find me on Instagram at Kim Shear and send me a DM. Send me the details on the home. I'd love to look at it. If you are an agent and you have a home, let's say you have a seller looking to sell a home and maybe it's just not in great shape, it's not going to do very well in the MLS, or maybe it's been on the MLS for 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, and the seller is just getting really tired and they just want to get out. They need a cash offer. Reach out to me. I'd love to take a look at it and see if it's something that I'd be interested in taking on. Thanks for listening. If you have any deals, send them my way. Like and subscribe to this page, and feel free to check out some of my other videos. Take a look at some of my flips that I've done and hear about some of the other experiences I've had in this industry.